our academic series featuring our School of Fine Arts. We have some of our amazing program directors here. First, let me introduce myself, and then we will go ahead and get going with the introductions. My name is Candace Hill. I am our Director of Traditional Undergraduate Admissions here at Concordia University, Texas. And we're so excited to host these very intimate virtual sessions featuring our program directors and getting to know some of our prospective students and getting to share a little bit about all of our programs. And so for our students who are currently joining us, I'm going to see we've got a few coming in. I encourage you to rename yourself for your name so that we know who you are and can actually call you by your preferred name, whatever is your choice. And so if you don't know how to do that, you can if you kind of hover over your image, there's the three little dots, the little ellipsis, and you can click rename and type your name so that we can get you all signed in. But otherwise, I'm going to kick it over to my program directors and the amazing faculty that we have with us to introduce themselves. And so I'll go in order on the screen. Dr. Gordon, will you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I'm Dr. Kelly Gordon. I am the head of the School of Fine Arts and also of the theater program.
I'm going to kick it straight over to you, Kendra. You're up.
Hello, everyone. I am Kendra Wiley. I teach stagecraft and lighting design and all manner of technical theater things. That's why I wait for cues.
I love it. And you will notice that Dr. Gordon and Professor Wiley are actually in our Black Box Theater sitting in front of our stage, prepping for our next performance. So we'll hear more about that in a minute. I'm going to kick over to Professor Fitzgerald.
Hello there. All right, so I head up the art department, that is the visual art side of things. At least that's how they tend to call it, or visual culture. And you'll see Jesse, my studio administrator, is on board as well. So we're excited to chat with you tonight.
Wonderful. All right, Jesse, you're up next.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am Jessie and I am the studio administrator, but I was also a art minor at Concordia. So I have full experience in every class that the fine arts department, at least the visual arts department, has to offer. So I'm looking forward to your questions.
Awesome. And let's go ahead and I see Preston. Abigail, I almost missed you. Professor Pena, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Abigail Pena. I am one of the voice teachers here. I've taught various courses, working on some recruiting, several responsibilities. So looking forward to answering all of your questions. And I'm present in the classroom after we just finished up our oral skills class. So yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you.
And awesome. And before we have our prospective students kind of introduce themselves, I see Preston has been able to join us. So Preston, if you want to come off of mute and introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Preston. I am the theater PR and marketing work study. So I work with Dr. Gordon on various projects for the theater department. And I am currently finishing up my first semester of my senior year. So next semester will be my last. So I've had a good long while here at this. I can see Dr. Gordon nodding her head in disapproval. But I've had a good long while here at the university to get to know everybody and get involved. So I'm looking forward to being able to share any of the knowledge I have accrued.
All right, now that we are through our faculty and current student introductions, I'm going to stop screen sharing so everybody can see everyone. And I'm going to ask our prospective students to introduce themselves. Who wants to go first? You can do it in the chat or you can come off of mute, whichever is more comfortable for you.
Hi, I am Jamin Broski, and I'm interested in majoring with theater studies.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamin. And Jamin, where are you from?
I'm from Georgetown.
Awesome. That is actually, I graduated from Georgetown in 04. So.
Oh, really? Georgetown High?
Georgetown High School, Eagles.
Wow.
Yep. My parents actually grew up or my parents still live just northeast of Georgetown. So very familiar with Georgetown High School. Who's your favorite teacher?
Favorite teacher? Probably the new theater teacher that came, Ms. Pale. She was a good theater teacher, so she was definitely my favorite.
Look, Dr. Gordon knows her, don't you, Dr. Gordon? No?
I do not. I know him though. He was on campus yesterday. I don't. I'm just supporting theater folk.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks for introducing yourself, Jamin. We're going to have lots of time for you guys to engage and ask questions. I have a list of questions that I want to ask our program directors, but be thinking of things that you want to know about too. Obviously, if you were on campus yesterday, you already got to know some of those things. So, Tyler, I see you have joined. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm not gonna lie. I accidentally joined the business meeting, so I was like, I don't belong here. So, yeah, left that one pretty fast. But no, my name's Tyler. I'm a fourth year at Concordia, theater major. I work in admissions. Hi, Jamin. I see you again.
Hello, Tyler. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, that's pretty much me.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tyler. I see on the screen, Karen is the name on the screen. Do you want to introduce yourself? You are unmuted, or you are still muted. Would you like to unmute?
It's John.
Thanks, John. I assumed that that was maybe a parent sign on.
Yes, yeah.
John, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Kemah, Texas.
Awesome. So down on the Gulf. Yes?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you. So I'm going to kick it off and I'm going to kind of open up the floor to some questions. And so program directors, I would love to know, what's the coolest thing that you've done in your program recently? What is the coolest thing that you'd like our students to know about?
I will start. So our theater major began in fall of 2019, because who doesn't want to start a theater major during a pandemic? It might, yeah. So we ended up, oh, thanks for letting me know. I'll try to move closer. One of the things we did in early, like it was 2021, fall of 2021, we did radio plays for Halloween on YouTube. And so we are about to launch on Monday is our YouTube premiere for our Valentine's radio shows. There are two sort of radio sitcoms from the 1940s and 50s, featuring the Bickersons and Fibber, Biggie, and Molly. And so that'll be playing on our YouTube channel. And at 8 o'clock Monday night, you can interact with the actors, because we will all be on YouTube premiering that live. So that will be fun. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And there's a link from Broadway World up in the chat. Thank you very much. So that's really the coolest thing I think we've done during the quarantine.
Yeah, it has definitely been a challenge for our theater and music programs as we've gone through the pandemic, and the amount of innovation and creativity that you guys have produced in order to still be able to perform has been phenomenal. So Professor Pena?
Hi. So let's see. Our university singers and community choir just recently performed in December. We did the Bach Magnificat. Oh my gosh, the other piece is leaving me at the moment. Also listed on our music events website. And they brought in an orchestra. I was one of the soloists, but we brought in other singers from the area, professional musicians. That was a pretty fantastic program. In fact, today is the deadline for the next big event happening, which is our Young Voices competition that I've been heading up, which includes high school level performers. So we're waiting to select the finalists for that, and they will all come and perform for us on the 19th of February. And it's going to be like the classical voice American Idol on February 19th. And we will award money to the top 3 singers, and we're bringing in a judge. And it's kind of exciting because in the midst of the pandemic, this is kind of like getting to all be in the same space and hear live music. Very exciting for us, and to bring in prospective students to be a part of our little community here and get to work with us as faculty. So I highly encourage you guys to come on the 19th. And who knows, maybe you're interested in applying. You have still 10 more hours. And hopefully we'll see you on the 19th at that big event. So that's our next thing.
John and Jamin, are either of you guys singers? Because you were definitely good.
I would consider myself a musical theater singer. I mean, I sing a lot. I've been told I have a good voice, so.
That is awesome. I can bet you're going to get put to use, right?
There is some crossover in normal times. We had a musical collaboration between the theater department and the music department, which hopefully going forward we will resume. So there is room for all of that.
That's awesome. I can guarantee you guys I will not be trying out because I cannot sing at all. So I'm going to kick it over to Professor Fitzgerald. What's the coolest thing you've seen come out of your art program recently?
The coolest thing. Oh, the coolest. Oh, that's different. Well, we have a pretty cool exhibition going on right now. That goes along with Black History Month. I think the students right now are really enjoying drawing each other because that often turns out pretty funny, you know, no matter how good you are. If I give you 90 seconds to draw someone, yeah, it's fun stuff. Let's see. During the pandemic, we still got to do things like in color class, paint a Pixar film still. Students really enjoyed that. Pre-pandemic, we would do things like in photography where we would break things or splash colored water and kind of, you know, capture it with your camera, like either in slow motion or some stop motion stuff. So that, you know, that's cool. That's about as cool as it gets.
My question is, do you let the students draw you, or do they only get to draw each other?
You know, why you gotta ask that question? Like, I don't know.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Have I done that? Let the students draw me, Jesse? I don't.
No, never. You always give them the props and put them in odd angles, and
Yeah.
you just enjoy watching them.
Yeah, I just enjoy everybody being awkward and stuff.
Enjoy the process, right?
Yeah, but lately students have been volunteering, so I don't even have to like figure it out. So I guess it's fun. Yeah.
Fun fact you guys need to know about Professor Fitzgerald is he is one of the sharpest dressers on campus. So if you can match his game, let me know. Okay.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
So let's talk about specific courses that are in your programs, because obviously for all of our fine arts programs, you do not have to major in that to get to take a course. And so I'm curious to hear, what, both from our current students and as well as our faculty, what is the course that gets you the most excited? Whether it's teaching it or taking it, what's the course that you're like, everybody should take that course? Go for it.
So for me, it's hard to pinpoint one specific class because there's so many. Each class is kind of predicated on the one before it, and so it blends really well, and everything is usable as you progress within the course schedule. And I found that color is one of my favorite courses that I ever took. It's really interesting. It's very hands-on, and it makes you look at things in a totally new way, understanding how color theory works. And as an artist myself, I have found it like you can't get that anywhere else, you know? And then also another course that I'm really excited about is both painting 1 and 2, because when you're doing the color and then you move to painting 1, you have it's a whole new world, and you can go even further. And then painting 2, it gets even better, and you get more creative and more excited about what you're doing.
Thanks for sharing. Someone else, another course that we want to feature.
Here's my opportunity to plug choir. The choir, in addition to having numerous performances all semester, all year, they'll do a masterwork series. So typically these are more challenging college level material that is pretty much standard repertoire in college, but you know, Handel, Mozart, Mendelssohn, Bach, a large cast of thousands, if you will, an orchestra, 2 choirs, soloists, and so there's a big production going on for the choir every year. And right before the pandemic happened, their plan was to do a tour in Germany. So there is travel involved, which is really exciting too. And you get to perform at these beautiful, interesting venues. And, you know, it's a really cool network of students that really are quite like a tight little family. So, because there's so much that goes into that. And, you know, for non-majors that are interested in being in the choir, that is 100% like we're praying that everybody wants to sing in the choir, majors and non-majors alike. And everyone is sort of invited to join. There's a little audition, of course, to sort of maybe position where people need to go. But we are very excited to have that be a really cool collaboration with non-majors and majors. So.
Awesome. Anybody else want to answer that? Yeah, Dr. Gordon.
I want to see what Preston and Tyler think about that question too, but probably I just love teaching in general, but one of my favorite classes I haven't been able to teach in 2 years, and I'm hoping this summer or next we can bring it back. It is a class that goes and spends a week in Stratford, Ontario, Canada, which is home of the Stratford Theatre Festival. Stratford, Ontario is a town that was literally, it was a railroad town, so big, beautiful houses. The railroad kind of fell apart, and they were like, how are we gonna be economically viable? Well, our name is Stratford, let's start a theater festival. And literally it's the only town I know of that was saved by theater. And so we travel up there and we spend a week and we see 2 plays a day. It's a beautiful town. It is world-class theater, and we have a blast. And you can take it as a 3-credit class. You can take as English or as theater. It counts for both majors, or it can count for any student's fine arts. You just need to be willing to sit through 6 hours of theater, 4 hours of theater a day. But it's amazing. Like it's fun. It's that I just made it sound tedious. It's not at all. Like people really love that class, and so hopefully we'll bring it back. We also have an experience of theater class where we go. Yeah. So Tyler, you want to talk about that? I'm gonna let Tyler talk about that one.
Please.
Yeah. So I was gonna. Is it experience of theater or experience of drama? It's experience of drama, right?
It's experience of drama. I was going to talk about it too.
Yeah. You're gonna talk about it. Yeah. So me and Preston both took that class at the same time. But basically, it's like, I think like what, once a week, like we would go to like see a random show, or not random show, but it was like scheduled around Austin. So like we went from anywhere from like the Vortex, which is like downtown Austin, to Hyde Park. We went to, I'm trying to think, what was like the farthest we went? Preston, do you remember where the farthest we went was?
I don't know that it's necessarily the yeah, I don't know which one is the farthest. I know another one we went to was the Zach. We saw a
The Zach.
waitress.
UT, we also went to UT.
Mhm.
But we went to a bunch of like different areas, but like it was just cool because like we would go to see these shows at like, I think it was the end of the week, and then we would talk about it the week after, just basically like breaking down like the different layers of like what they did as a production, anything from like the lighting to the set design to the costumes to the actors themselves, directing choices, basically everything like involved in theater. We broke it down layer by layer and like kind of like dissected it, which is really cool. And then we got to talk to like our other classmates that were in that class about like what their opinions or their thoughts were, you know, versus your own. And it was just really fun and informative. That's the word I was looking for.
That is awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. So
Mind if I add something? real
yeah,
quick to
please
that?
go. Yeah, please press.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that I took away from that course was a lot of times Dr. Gordon would set up talkbacks with the actors. Some shows would already have had talkbacks where you know sit in after the show and you get to talk with the actors and like the stage crew about decisions that they made, acting choices that they made, set design choices that they made. Sometimes they would already be doing that, and so we would just pick a day where we would go in where they would be doing that. Or sometimes they would set it up like they would be kind enough to do it specifically for us for our class. And it was fantastic to just be able to talk to working actors and be able to talk to, you know, people who are putting these things in motion. Because it's one thing to analyze, you know, a production. It's another thing to go watch a production and talk to the people who did their own analysis for it, see why they did what they did.
That is awesome. Very cool opportunity. As you guys can tell, we very much believe in experiential learning and networking. We're very community-based. We don't want you just in a classroom. We want you out and about. Obviously, I can ask a whole bunch of questions, but I want to pause here. John and Jamin, what do you want to know? Like, we are all open books, as you can tell. So what do you want to know about our programs, about being at Concordia? What are you guys curious about?
What are auditions like for the choir and the theater?
Go for it.
I can talk about theater and then I'll pass it to Abby to talk about choir. For theater, it's been a little different the past couple of years, but our norm is I'd send out a lot of publicity announcing auditions, announcing the play. I often have copies of the play available for people to read beforehand because I really encourage getting to know the play before you audition for it. And you sign up for a 10-minute time slot in the black box. And you will typically, like if we're doing a contemporary play, you would memorize a contemporary monologue, 1-minute monologue, and come in and audition. Typically, it's just me and the actor in the room, or maybe me and the stage manager and the actor. We don't have auditions because some of our people are brand new to theater. I don't put them in a situation where they're auditioning in front of everybody else. And most directors will tell you, and I will tell you, that a big thing I look for in auditions is how do you take direction? So typically I'll have somebody perform a monologue and then see what I can say to get them to change it up. And so I can I get a sense of how challenging it might be to direct them. One thing we do here that's a little different is I make the rehearsal schedule around the schedules of the people who are going to be in the cast. And so I take some time to work around, like if you have a night class or a job, I do my best to work around other people's conflicts as much as I can. It's not always possible, but I try to make auditions as comfortable and relaxing as possible. Sometimes we have callbacks, sometimes we don't. And I try to get the cast list up fairly quickly so people aren't super stressed out about it. But that's theater. And Abby, you want to talk about?
Sure. In regards to choir, we are also similarly inviting folks that are new to the experience. Obviously, you have to have a certain level of comfort with singing, obviously. And it is also one of those things that, because it's not everyone is a seasoned performer, it is a more individualized audition. You will now we currently have an interim choir director, so protocol exactly is not necessarily ironed out, but typically what you'll do is you will do some sight singing. Everyone's at a different level of sight singing, obviously. And then they're just trying to assess locally what it would be appropriate for you in regards to voice type, whether that be soprano, alto, tenor, bass. So, and beyond that, I have not heard of this. Like I said, we have a community choir, which is people coming in from the community joining us. It's not very exclusive. We are asking everyone to be, involved at every vocal level. So.
Awesome. Thank you both. Jamin, did you have a follow-up to that?
Is there a show choir or just kind of like the normal types of choir?
So what is cool is that sometimes there will be smaller ensembles that will do broad, diverse repertoire. So we have everything from the classical repertoire, the masterworks, to we are not doing it this year, but normally we would have a Valentine's Day performance, which is everything from pop music to musical theater and everything in between. Solo material, that kind of solo work gets organized ahead of time. There's lots of opportunities for solo work. In the past, we have done honors recitals, which is singers we feel like are doing exceptional work. We highlight them and have them perform a recital in, like I said, broad genres. So no, the answer is no, we don't have a show choir, but there is a little bit of something for
Okay, thank you.
in regards to their tastes. So
I want to add to that, Jamin, having gotten to know you a little bit, I think for choir, what you'd really love is they do a Halloween concert and a Valentine's concert. And typically those are concerts where you see a lot of like musical theater, like Halloween themed or Valentine's themed musical theater pieces, or sometimes just contemporary like pop rock. It's an opportunity for students who have that interest to like choose a song and pitch it to the choir director and say, hey, I really want to do this duet. And those concerts are so much fun. So I'm sure they'll be back next year. This is just an off semester. Again, like COVID was not our friend, but hopefully it's going away. It gave us creative opportunities, but we're over it now.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Thank you.
We'll go back to the normal creativity, right? John, what about you? Any questions, anything you want to know?
Anything about environmental science or?
For environmental science? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, John, there is actually one of these sessions tomorrow night for environmental science. So I can make sure and send you the link for that and get you signed up for that one, because we're actually having 2 of our environmental science students come to that. So are you free tomorrow night? I think you signed up for, I know you signed up for our biology one too.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I will message you on the side, John, and I can get you signed up for the environmental science one.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or things we want to talk about? I know we're at time and I want to be respectful of time. Jamin, obviously you got to come to campus yesterday.
Yeah.
Juan, I know you've been on campus before, or that we've got you coming to campus, right? I think we've got John coming to campus soon, and we'll get you set up with that environmental science. We are at time. Thank you guys so much. I so appreciate getting to hear all the amazing work that you do. And Jamin, we're so excited that you were on campus to get to know our theater program more. We will be reaching out. If you need anything, Gabby Slaymaker is both of your admissions counselors, but Tyler and I are also available to you, as well as all these wonderful folks on the screen. And we look forward to getting to know you guys better. And I hope you have a great evening.